What's up, YouTube, Facebook, everybody? This is another edition of Wyman Weekly. Yes, I'm driving again. Yes, I'm on the road. Just left another audition in Austin and got some time. So you know what? I figured I'm going to do it because it's only fitting. This week we are talking about celebrations. Okay, now it's very fitting. The celebration that's going to take place this week, and it got me thinking a little bit. So I'm going to share my thoughts with you. First of all, why do we celebrate? And I was wondering, why do we celebrate? Because this week it's Juneteenth festival. It's Juneteenth, and it's always been a different celebration all my life. It was just something where here in San Antonio we would go, and there'll be a lot of black people. We would get together, and it was a festival. There was a bunch of different foods you would go taste, and you buy the coupons, and it was like it was a festival. It was fun, but it was mainly a black celebration. So I was curious as to why. I didn't even realize until I had a conversation with someone here recently, and it got me thinking, like, why do we celebrate? Well, why do we celebrate things? And so I was thinking, and of course in my pondering, I came to discover that the celebration is merely a manifestation of our joy for something or appreciation for something. So we celebrate birthdays every year because we are celebrating. We are joyous of the fact that we've made it another year and we have our day that is ours to celebrate. We celebrate weddings. We are joyous of the fact that people are getting together and unions are being made. We celebrate anniversaries. We made it another year that we've been married. We celebrate championships because we're joyous that our team won a championship. We celebrate several different things because celebration is simply a manifestation of the joy that you have for something that you've attained or have accomplished or are going to attain or accomplish. So understanding what a celebration is, the next question comes into why do we choose to celebrate what we do choose to celebrate? Meaning we know that it's due to a manifestation, but does that mean that if we don't celebrate something, does that mean we don't really have a joy or appreciation for it? And so I started looking at the holidays that we have in which we actually do celebrate. And just going to the course of the year, we celebrate New Year's Day. That's the first holiday of the year. We get a day off of work, and we're celebrating that we made it another year, start of a new year. We celebrate Martin Luther King Day. We get a day off of that. We celebrate the fact that we are saying that all people should be together and unified and not segregated anymore, that we are created equally. We celebrate Valentine's Day, which is, a day of love. We celebrate we all have a joy and a desire for love. We celebrate President's Day. That's in February, where we basically celebrate the presidents that have come and that were very monumental and instrumental in the United States become what it is. We celebrate Easter or Good Friday. That's the day Jesus Christ went into the ground and he came back 3 days later. We celebrate Memorial Day, which is a memory to all of the fallen soldiers in our military who have lost their lives in battle or combat or in service. We celebrate Independence Day. We get a day off for that. 4th of July, that's American Independence Day. We celebrate Labor Day, which is September, which is basically celebrating the United States economical successes. And we celebrate that every year. We celebrate Thanksgiving, a time we come together and give thanks for everything that we have and we've accomplished. And we celebrate Christmas, which is, supposed to be, the celebration of the birth of Christ and so on and so forth. So we celebrate these things, and we actually have evidence of the celebration. We get days off. We actually do cookouts. We buy things. We spend money. We do things to show that we are in celebratory mode with these things. However, for the one of Juneteenth, it is not as big a celebration, and I was curious as to why. And honestly, it convicted me. I didn't even know what Juneteenth was all about. And upon researching, Juneteenth is, in my mind, should be just as important as each and every one of those celebrations, is if we are where we say we are as a nation. And as a black people, if we are where we say we are, Juneteenth should be a much bigger celebration. Juneteenth is about when 1865, June 19th, is when although the war had been over, slaves had been freed. That is the date that in Galveston, in Texas, the slaves got word that they were free. So even though slavery had ended, they were still living as slaves, and that's when they got word that they were free. And so we celebrate every year Juneteenth to celebrate the fact that that is when we actually got word and were set free here in Texas. So here in Texas, most of all, but if we as a country, I think we were the last ones to set out for the slaves to be set free. So we really are a place where we are trying to put the past behind us and get past the past. Shouldn't Juneteenth be a much bigger celebration than just something where black people get together and there's very few white people there? And once again, that's just my take on it. But I haven't really heard the Juneteenth celebration in many other cities. And I know like I say, speaking from my experience, I have not experienced it, and I travel all over, and I know it's big here in Texas, but I'm not sure where else it is big. So, should we be making a bigger celebration of Juneteenth? And if we shouldn't, why not? And if we aren't, why aren't we? So that's just some questions I want to pose, just information I want to pass out there, just creating awareness. It is Juneteenth. Today is June 16th. We are a few days into Juneteenth, and are you celebrating? And what are you doing to celebrate? So what are you celebrating? Like, what are you putting your joy in? Are you celebrating your team's championship more than you're celebrating your ancestors being set free? Are you celebrating the fact that you made another year more so than you're celebrating the fact that we've been set free? Are you celebrating this country's independence more so than you're celebrating the fact that we have been set free? And to white people as well. If you realize slavery was so horrible, such a horrible thing, are you celebrating all these other things more so than you're celebrating the fact that that horrible part of our history has been put to rest and we've gotten past that? Are we celebrating the fact that once again, human beings were set free? What are we celebrating? What do we have joy in? It's easy to say it, but the whole saying, actions louder than words. Do you even realize what Juneteenth is about? And if you didn't, that's fine, because I didn't. But now that you do realize what it's about, are you going to celebrate it? And if you don't, what does that communicate? So once again, this is Ronnie, Y-Man. This is Y-Man Weekly. Just doing my part to spread the word, spread the awareness, get out there and celebrate. Celebrate. Show us where your joy is.